Okay, guys, this is the most important, I guess, part. And this, so now we're gonna have pitches. I think this audience is as big as it got for the event, so we're very happy. And now I would like to introduce you to all of our investors who are in the front seat. So if you can you just give a bit of introduction to yourself so everyone knows? We can start with Mike.
Hello, I'm Mike. Mike Butcher, TechCrunch.
Hi, my name's John Bradford. I'm the MD of Techstars London.
Jason, Blueprint out of Kiev.
Hi, Max Grivets, 11 from Sofia, Bulgaria.
I'm Klaus Conrad with Intel Capital.
And my name is Jari Mieskonen, coming from Helsinki, Kono Venture Partners.
Okay, thanks everyone. So we can start.
One more.
Sorry, Elise.
Thank you. I'm just, I think, the only girl in the jury. So I'm Elise. I'm from Microsoft and work as Central Eastern Europe Startup Lead.
Thanks, Elise. So we're going to have 4 startups. So the finalists is TransferGo, DragThis, DevMotion, and TrackDuck. So I want to give each one of them, we're going to have 3 minutes. And then this time we're going to have a longer Q&A. So you're going to have 10 minutes. So once the investors don't have any questions, we can take questions from the audience. So the floor is yours, Domantas. So TransferGo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Domantas, and I'm CEO and co-founder at TransferGo. TransferGo is the fastest growing online account-to-account remittance company in Europe right now. Here at TransferGo, we have a big vision. We want to free up micro to small international remittance across the world and enable immigrants to spend less money for real-time international remittance. So, why are we the fastest growing? We have turnover more than 500,000 euros in aggregate turnover. We have achieved and sustained a 75% month-to-month growth in both registrations and transactions. And it's not just quantity, it's quality as well. We have 37% retention, which means that 37% of our users come back and do their second transfer in the first month. All of this also had a lot to do with revenue as well. With our current projections, we will break even by the end of this very year. So overall, this resulted in a 10% market share grab in UK to Lithuania formal remittance market. But all of these figures don't tell the full story, right? We are the fastest growing because we were able to achieve all of these figures in just 109 days. So how did we do this? Very simple. We tackled a big problem for many people across the globe, and we offered a customer-friendly solution with a great pricing model. We did this by having a balanced team and a lot of talent in it. We have a right mix of technology, business, finance, and design. In addition, we have world-class advisors and investors. One of them, Greg Kidd, was presenting an awesome presentation just yesterday. We have Practical Capital, our C-level investors, and we're working with Oric Law Firm on our next Series A round. So, in 108 days, we have proved our market in Lithuania and expanded to Poland. Next, 257 days, we will expand from the UK to the entire Eurozone and open our first ever transcontinental funnel. And yesterday, we took the first real step, and we have opened the second growth stage, and we opened UK to Germany funnel. So today, we're looking to start Series A talks. But before I finish, I just want to say one more thing. Yesterday, we were asked how we are fundamentally different from our competitors which are out there. And my question is this. We can grow faster and quicker than any of them because we have an outstanding team that cannot be replicated. And to prove you that, yesterday we came back home, hacked through the night, and today we're opening another Euro funnel, and that's UK, Austria. So thank you very much for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thanks, Domantas. Questions from the investors?
So you brag a lot about the speed of deployment. Does that mean there's a low barrier to entry? I mean, 4 guys in 3 months or 4 guys in 1 day can open a territory. What really differentiates you from your competitors or somebody who wants to come and copy your model?
there are a couple of barriers to entry to this market. It took us half a year to get the licenses. It was half a year, a lot of fees to the lawyers and to the FSA, because we're fully licensed in the UK to do this service. Second barrier to entry is customer trust. It takes a long time to build this trust because it's a financial institution and it's a startup. And we've been very, very successful in building that because we have the right mix of marketing and our personal PR, which has just been doing great in Lithuania, and we see the same results now happening in Poland, which is a completely different market, nonetheless. And eventually it's going to be all about who goes to the market first or who gets there quicker. And I think that we have the best chance to get there the quickest.
Your customers, do they have to transfer the money to a separate account, or can they use the account from their bank?
Yes, that's another major advantage that we have, that we don't require users to transfer their money to any other PayPal-like type account. They use their own HSBC, Barclays, or any other account that they have, and they use their own e-banking and transfer money to our local account. That's it. The process is very simple. It takes no more than 2 minutes to make a booking, and then you go to the safest place out there, and that's your e-banking system, and you just transfer money locally to us. And then we pay out from our local account at the destination country.
So fundamentally, do you have sort of like your own money transfer engine enabling all this, or as you said, is it just like who is the quickest to set up a new account and get the licenses from the government?
There are a few components to our IT because we have developed very rigid anti-money laundering monitoring system, which is our unique thing that we have. And we have red flagging. We can monitor how people are transferring money across the world across our funnels in different places, and that's very scalable. Another thing that you have to have partnerships with banks, and we have just recently gotten partnership with local bank here in Lithuania, and now we're enabled to do cheap SEPA transfers across entire Europe. So we're building this competitive advantage as we go, as we understand that this is a big market and many people are looking at it. And eventually it's going to be who can add many APIs of banks in one place. And because it's all about integration and ensuring that it's automated processes. And we're moving this toward the complete automation, which should happen by the end of this year.
Any more questions? You can take a question from audience.
So maybe another question that you said that many people are looking this market. I think transferring money is an old thing. I mean, it has been around for some time. So what's fundamentally different today compared to, let's say, 5 years ago?
In 2009, the European Union released basically a deregulation act and basically empowered non-banking agents like us to operate in the banking area. So after that, there has been a shift of non-banking agents operating and trying to get this market. So that's why more and more companies will be looking at this, but it's also it has to do with building trust, and we believe that we have the strongest one of the strongest value propositions out in the market today.
Any more questions? Pass that to Mike.
Do you feel it's an advantage or a disadvantage that your main competitor, TransferWise, has the same word in its name?
I actually expected this question from you, Mike, somehow, because we got asked this before.
You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Before TransferWise was in the market, there was a company called TransferB, TransferMate. It's like TransferWise is the most well-PR'd company out there, but they're not by any chance leading the market now, because by our estimations, Currency Fair is leading the market. And for example, in Poland, it's all about local players. We are competing with Samisvoy and other companies. Basically, they're owned by Polish people, and they've been in this market for 3 or 4 years. So even though like TransferGo, we believe it's a more open brand, and it's brand for people out there. There are many people who don't even know how to spell wise in a sense. And people tend to love our brand. So we see it as an advantage, not as a disadvantage.
So you're largely relying on people who are illiterate. Is that correct?
No, we rely on people.
You can't spell wise.
No, we rely on people who work hard to support their families abroad and spend what they earn. And they haven't been blessed with the best fortune. But many of us live these lives, and for them, the problem is the largest, so we need to solve their problems.
Very nice of you. Well done.
One more question from the
anyone else?
audience.
Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, just ask a question.
I have one question. Your logo and style is very similar to the Western Union. Is it your strategical solution?
You know, when we were picking our colors, we picked yellow and black for a reason. Because yellow represents one thing that I don't know now, and another represents something. And they all have to do with this security and friendliness at the same time. So it was by chance that the Western Union chose the same logos, but so far it's been working in our advantage.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Domantas.
Thank you.
I think we have no questions. Thanks. We're having an amazing crowd here, actually. It's 123 guys that actually voted, so we engage you to vote more here so we can see what you actually think about all the startups. So please welcome Domas. He's going to be presenting Dragdis here.
Hello. Do you hear me? Okay, my name is Domas, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Dragdis. And millions of people go online every day and they discover images, videos, texts, websites, and they collect them with the thought, oh, I'm going to use this in the future. But later they can't find anything because there is no fast way to collect information without making a mess. Dragdis solves this problem, and we believe that now we can say there was no fast way. So here's how Dragdis works. On any website on the internet, just start dragging the item you want to collect. And then a sidebar with your preset folders appears, and you just drop the item to a folder you want. And that's it, done. Save 2 seconds. And you can save videos, you can save texts, you can save links the same way. Then find the things you collected really fast on dragdis.com. Now, we launched 2 months ago. We launched private beta 2 months ago, and we have 8,000 users. Half of them are active on weekly basis, and they already dragged 100,000 items to Dragdis. People are getting really excited about Dragdis, and this table perfectly shows why. Our competitors asked to do 5 times more actions to collect something without making a mess. Now, we calculated there's about 80 million people in USA and Europe that would love to use Dragdis today. And if we combine this with our freemium business model, which is $5 per month for extra features, we got a business that generates $240 million of revenue per year. Of course, potential is just huge. We're acquiring users by doing PR, but we have a great marketing stunt idea that will help us to bring the first 500,000 signups. And from there on, we're going to build a referral system, and we will make sure that you could easily share the things you collected. Now, Dragdis is founded by 3 people, and we as a team are very balanced. So I'm doing business and marketing, Carlos in the middle is doing design, and August is doing programming. And we are raising $500,000 to make Dragdis so good that nobody could ignore it. And for the ending, I just want to say, next time you discover something online, all you have to do is drag and drop. Thank you.
Thanks, Domas. Questions?
I would just like to take a quick poll of the investors. Who believes in the freemium model for this business? Just raise your hand. So I think that your business, the business model's got a fundamental flaw. There's not one person here who believes in the freemium. You have Pinterest who can't monetize. You have another company called We Heart It that can't monetize. This is not monetizable. So how do you plan to monetize it if you delete that freemium slide? What's your better answer for it?
So another idea how to monetize this without freemium model is that we really know a lot of, when a person drags something to Dragdis, it's saying a lot about itself. So we have this interest graph. So Facebook has social graph, we have interest graph. So we know what you're working on, what you're interested in. So we can build a great advertising platform on that. So that's another idea for our business.
Are you sure that your competitor solutions require the user to make for 4 to 6 clicks? I'm a regular user of Evernote, and I have the impression it takes me 1 click to get the content.
Yeah, it makes 1 click if you just save it wherever. But if you want to save it in an organized fashion, so you want to choose a notebook, you have to click Evernote extension, select a notebook, then select again, and it counts up to 6 clicks and something like that. But drag this is you're dragging, you're collecting, and organizing at the same action. So 1 drag and drop.
Do you have any? You're live already, right? So you have users.
So yeah, I'm in private beta.
So do you have any verticals? Any specific use cases that you can verticalize?
Yeah. So there are some agencies that are using us. Ad agencies, they are sharing. Design departments are sharing mood boards with their clients and stuff like that.
So going back to what Jason said, if you look at, for example, Evernote, which is clearly the one you're fighting against. They're releasing a lot of apps for specific use cases, be it food, be it contacts, and they're trying to monetize them because I think that even with Evernote there are monetization issues. So this is something you got to think about.
Yeah, so we're gonna open up APIs to do that, and yeah.
So you've built the product. What the hell are you going to spend $500,000 on? Parties, beer, women?
We just need to hire a really good team.
Drugs.
We just want to hire a great team and to make Dragdis really that good that everyone will want to use it, and it's just will become the next way to bookmark stuff.
That's not an answer. What are you going to build?
We need to scale.
Scale what? Why? Scale what and why?
Scale Dragdis to really to make this a big business.
I mean, what does that mean? Do you need more Amazon servers? What does scale it mean?
So hiring people, doing marketing, and really paying for the service.
What are those people going to do?
We need to build a mobile app. We need people on the front end. We have a great vision how this can go beyond the browser and really help you organize your stuff that you have on desktop, your photos, music, stuff like that.
What did it cost you to build this first version?
What does it cost me?
What did it cost to build this first version of it?
6 months of 3 people really working hard.
Okay, so another 6 months, 3 people to build a mobile?
No. So we need these six months really to figure out some design things. Not in the design in the way that not how gonna look that, but how it's gonna work. So how to make one search instead of 2 searches, and because there's a folders section and this content section, and how to make it super simple for anyone to use. So we spent 6 months really designing, make it architecturally really scalable, so it's on Windows Azure, it's really easy scalable.
I think this is a really kind of a fun little company. It probably doesn't really need the money that you're asking to scale it. I mean, the internet scales, basically. I mean, it's on the internet, right? So let's just do that. I mean, I think there's something in the model of, Instapaper has obviously proved itself, Pocket, those kinds of read it later apps. They've sort of proved themselves as kind of interesting businesses, not necessarily huge businesses, but interesting ones, and kind of they solve a user problem. But isn't there something bigger here in the sense that could you go for a bigger kind of vision? For instance, organize, something like Jolly Cloud, for instance, is attempting to effectively organize your entire life online, your cloud online. Is this something that you could do?
So what we want to do is change how people organize their stuff. And really, from how you organize your photos, how you organize your music, how you organize your PDF documents, and how you, the things that you discover online, how you organize the photos you take here, really make it super simple, super easy to use that. Evernote is great for doing that, but Evernote is really, for one Evernote user, there's 100 Dragdis users. So we just need to we will make this super, super simple to use, and it's...
Just a word of suggestion, you got to learn how to answer questions directly. I mean, you're kind of talking around all these issues. We bring up business model, how are you going to answer that? You have a journalist here who's giving you good direction on the future. You kind of talk around that. I mean, like specific answers, like what are you going to spend the money on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not, oh, we're going to hire people, we're going to do marketing. everybody says that. Everybody can do that. Marketing is what I don't understand. I mean, just need kind of direct, specific answers to questions.
Absolutely. That's really good advice for pitching. You should definitely take that advice on board. But what I want to know is, what are you going to do? What's this marketing stunt that you're going to do?
Yeah,
You said a marketing stunt in your slide. What's the stunt?
So before
and what's her name?
So before going live, we will have this. We will have in a angle like this a big wall that will have live cameras aimed at it, and every time you sign up, a big ball like the ball that smash houses will come to this ball, and it's gonna break it up. After 500 signups, it's gonna break up, and the drag this logo will appear, and we're gonna open up that.
You should take Mike's advice and get the girl.
Thanks, everyone. One question from the audience. Same person, credit.
Let's dream a little bit. You get $500,000, you are very known, you have 100 million people, and Google Chrome just look, wow, very good feature. I would like to copy it for free. Internet Explorer said, oh, Google Chrome did the same. And then we will copy this feature for free. And just Firefox said, oh, it's maybe 2 developers, 2 weeks. It's very easy to copy, and you will die in 1 or 2, maybe 1 month. People just move photos from your program to the Explorer, and that's all.
That's not going to be the case. Because so how are they going to do it? I mean, they're going to integrate it in the browser, stuff like that? Do you mean that?
Yes. I think 2 developers, 2 weeks at maximum.
So, and a kind of exit strategy for us can be that we get a lot of users, and for example, Microsoft wants to get the win back for Internet Explorer, and they just buy us and drag this as a...
Why they have to buy you? Why they have to buy you? It's just a feature. It's like a wheel. Why I have to buy a wheel? I just use my wheel. It's all.
Get the feature. Get the people using Dragdis, really. Get the people go to use Internet Explorer because it's going to be exclusive for Internet Explorer, stuff like that.
Thanks. Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah.
Our next startup is DevMotion. Robert, as the floor is yours.
Hello, people. I would like you to ask again, can you sit up straight? Okay? Sit up straight.
Come on, sit up.
I've been sitting in poor posture for a year, so I got back pain. My doctor told that I have to do rehabilitation exercises. And he gave me a handout how to do these exercises at home. You can look to these handouts. Can you say what the hell I have to do here? Because I didn't understand. So the only tools we send with home, the patients, are handouts. And I hope that not for long. We noticed that physical therapists are already using Microsoft Kinect games for children rehabilitation. Because children are active, all these regular exercises are just boring for them, while video game is cool. However, standard Kinect games are not made for rehabilitation. So our solution provides clinician-controlled exercises which are individualized to every patient by the disability level in the form of Kinect game. And it helps to improve balance, coordination, muscle strength, and range of motion. It's also beneficial in both ways. It's a good tool for therapists. It works like a diagnostic tool. Today, physical therapists struggling with collecting data. It's hard to evaluate rehabilitation progress. It's hard to get all data to make functional assessments and so on. With our solution, we can do it. And even more, we can do the posture analysis. We can get the gait analysis with very cheap Kinect tool. And actually, it doesn't matter where the patient exercises at home or in clinic. So we can move rehabilitation from clinics to home We're working with professionals from the rehabilitation field, we're working with Santariškės clinics, and we're working with science from Catalonia Computer Vision Center. We have highly professional team, and I'm proud of that. So I would like to pay your attention to the market size. It's huge, huge potential here. The 45 growth in the rehabilitation services every year, and it's a huge problem. Everybody is ready for solutions like KidsUp. And we already launched a demo version which is tested in clinics. And today we're just looking for investments to move forward, and in order to finish the product we need to hire more people, to enter the market we need sales force and so on. And finally, I would like to ask, if you have to do your rehabilitation, which way will you choose?
So half of us heard this pitch yesterday.
Yeah.
This exact same pitch. So you came up and gave the same pitch again to half of the same judges, incorporated none of the feedback that you got yesterday. I mean, it's the second time I've seen this one. You did the exact same thing twice, so that's the first thing. So I think all of us that were on that other panel had the exact same questions that you know that you need to answer that you didn't address. So I'll give it to somebody who wasn't on the panel before. But just next time, I'm just like, come on, half of us have seen this. Something new, just show something different. Or at least incorporate something that one of us said so we can feel good about it, that you listened, and we give you a little bit higher score.
One question on the interaction. I could assume that it's very important that the patients do exactly the right movements in order to train effectively, right? Does the system observe details of movements, and is it able to give detailed feedback to how to improve the movements?
We're working on that. We're working on that. Let's say that in general, the movement is very important by itself. When you're doing push-ups now without any equipment, you don't know if you're doing it right, yes? So we're working with researchers from Catalonia to just interpret the images and to get the data if the exercise is made correctly. So we're working on that. It's still in progress.
Okay, I heard the pitch first time, so I needed to read the document here to really understand that what is the product all about. So I think that's something you need to clarify when you pitch for any audience. That, I mean, it says video game, but exactly what are you actually bringing up with this game? And of course, it's impressive that you have scientific team behind it and some research, but I think, like Klaus asked, a relevant question that what's the feedback and how do you actually monitor the real sort of movements?
Okay. Yeah, so actually, I just wanted to say that physical therapists found standard games, Microsoft standard game, very efficient. The science proved already. But even these games makes effect. But these games not provide any feedback. And it's so easy to provide feedback, yeah? And other thing, if, for example, kid has some disability and can't move hand like that, he's very disappointed if he have to make some game exercises and he can't play here. So we can change the game, depends on every children. Okay?
Hey man, I love your braces. I'm not so excited about the blue jacket though. Can you give us a little demonstration of what sort of movement you would do with the game? Like, how do you do you have to lift up your leg or something?
Okay, so we have different movements here. So, okay, so first of all, yeah. So one exercise is to apple from the tree and to put the basket. Okay, so
could you actually do that, please?
Yeah, so I get the point. Okay?
No, I'm interested because I mean, How much more different is it doing, you know, that compared to like just playing a normal Wii game?
Oh, okay. Say, let's say one exercise is clapping overhead. Okay, if you have trouble with shoulder, and you clap like that, we can see actually shoulders positions and provide that feedback to therapists. And the clapping and raising the hands like that is, if you have pain in the shoulder, is difficult.
Is this a hardware device or is it software? What is it? What's it running on?
Excuse me?
What is it running on? Is it on a laptop or?
We can make it cross-platform. But
what's it running on right now?
Right on PC.
And you're using a webcam or something?
No, it's based on Microsoft Kinect. Microsoft Kinect is the most popular game platform in the world right now. So we choose Kinect because
isn't there you've got a bit of a chicken and egg situation problem here though, haven't you? Because in order to get clinics to take this on, you effectively have to go and see them, right? This is not really an internet business. This is a consultancy business virtually. It is?
Exactly.
It is. So why are you pitching at a startup conference? If it's a consultancy business? You think you're in the wrong conference, man. Do you have an answer to that? Why are you pitching a business which you have to go and basically you have to go and see hospitals or doctors and sell them this idea? You have to get in your car and fucking drive down the fucking highway and pitch this.
Right.
I mean, this is
right.
You've got a real problem.
Okay.
How are you going to get scale?
Okay, right. We know some competitors somehow pitched already and fundraised some $5 million in the US, okay? But they're doing different stuff. They're doing for adults. It's not a game, it's just showing the exercises like that. And it's just showed if you're doing exercise correctly or not, and therapists have a feedback. So we raise money and pitch on the stage like me. So I don't know if I'm either the idiot or not. So I'm doing my best. Okay.
Thanks. No, I'm not criticizing you. It's just I'm not criticizing you. I think it's, this could be a real game. Fair enough. You get distribution. I mean, if you want to answer the question, it'd be like, we're going to get distribution on the Kinect platform. We've talked to Microsoft. We're going to be the default rehabilitation app on the Kinect store or something like that. That's what I want to hear from you. That's kind of a straight answer, basically, of how you're going to scale and get distribution.
Thanks, man.
Just in Mike's defense, I mean, this is not a support panel, right? I mean, you're standing up there as the CEO. You need to answer direct questions from people. Maybe they come off a little snarky, but there's some points that need to be answered. And the audience clapping, it's not a support panel. You're standing up there, answer the questions, stand up straight, and give us straight answers.
Thanks. Next startup, TrackDuck. Last but not least, Edmundas, the floor is yours.
Is this an awesome event or what? Yeah! It is the same presentation. So meet Don again. And Don is an owner of digital agency in New York, and he outsources development to Eastern Europe because it's cheaper to cut cost. He has a client, Betty. She's an actress, fashionista, and she needs a website. So she orders one from Don. However, Don doesn't really understand Betty's business, and Betty needs to provide a lot of feedback for Don. She needs to take a lot of screenshots, she needs to write a lot of descriptions in Word, send a lot of emails, but she's not a technical person, she's not good at it, and Don still needs to spend a lot of time on phone and Skype trying to figure out what Betty wants. But things are about to change, because Don has discovered TrackDuck, and now he's getting real-time visual feedback from his clients. What Betty does is she just goes to her website and starts providing feedback directly in it. With a few clicks, she can add a screenshot of specific web page element about design issue that she doesn't like. She can add priority of this issue to be fixed. She can add tags, she can add comments, etc. once the website is launched, and this is something I didn't say yesterday, once the website is launched, she can use exactly this tool to get feedback from her clients and from her customers to get, right? So she will provide more business to Dawn because she will need more fixes in her website, and then she will get more customers because her website is more engaging, right? She's creating a community now around her website and her products. So once she adds an issue, or her client adds an issue, Dawn gets a notification in his dashboard where he can see all of his projects, all of his websites, and he just goes to Betty's website panel and he can see all the issues added. He can see which issues were added by Betty, and then he can see issues added by Betty's clients. He can see what this issue is about, who's responsible solving it according to the tag, or he can set up, another thing I didn't say yesterday, automatic forwarding to one of his favorite project management tools, and currently we already have finished API with Asana. We're working on Jira right now, and we're looking into Basecamp and other companies where we're working integration with Impress Pages, a Lithuanian startup who is building an awesome CMS. So, currently, as I said, we're testing it in Lithuania. We have agencies and customers in line from Belarus. It's in closed beta, so if you would like an invitation, please come to me later on. And we're hoping to go into European market through Scandinavia, starting in Finland, and hopefully in future get a share of $30 billion annual market of web development tools. And we're aiming for a very simple monetization strategy, $5 per month per person. We're hoping to get our users through different channels, and I'll tell them about them later. This is our awesome team. I'm CEO, our awesome designer Anton, and Johan, the CTO. And if you're an angel investor, we're looking for $30,000 angel investment. Thank you. I'm Eddie. Looking forward to your questions.
Questions?
Congratulations, it was an enthusiastic pitch. I think it's great when you see an entrepreneur actually excited by their own company.
Oh, sir, I am.
Good. Okay, calm down now.
I can't.
Answer some questions. Who do you consider to be your main competitors? Surely something like Wix, or there's some guys from Wix here. This is kind of a website building tool for agencies, right?
Right.
So who are your main competitors?
So currently our biggest competitor is Microsoft Paint for many different reasons, because it's so simple and easy to use. People just take screenshots, add comments, draw pictures in it, and send this, art to the web development agency, and they have to sort out what's going on. On the more complex side, you have project management tools like ActiveLab or Jira who have some plugins. We're working with this issue. But then the user, the client, has to learn basically how to use the system. You have to get used to it or even install something. And this is just pain in the ass for non-technical clients. From getting feedback from your website visitors, there is a range of products, starting with user voice. Then there's products making screenshots like Usabilla or UserSnap. What we're aiming for is this sweet spot of enterprise solution for small and medium digital agencies or freelancers who work in groups, and providing them this tool where they could get feedback from their clients easily and quickly in quality. So they could just forward the issue to her developer in Belarus some hours away, and he would understand instantly what he needs to fix. He would see detailed visual report of it. He would go into code and just change it.
So thank you for the presentation. I've seen you before, so I know, but please don't talk so fast. Okay. Even if there are guys like Mike and Jason sitting here and attacking the previous presentation. Because I heard it first time the way it was today. So, and it was definitely much better than a couple of months ago when we first saw it.
1.5 months ago, exactly.
To be sure. So it's like 7 weeks. Great. I didn't understand who is actually the paying customer. Is it the developer's guy, or is it the owner of the website? Is it the visitor of the website?
We're providing a tool for web development agency, or digital agency, if you will. So agency will be paying the owner of the agency. At this point, it will be Dawn, who's in New York, and he would be forwarding the issues to developers, and he pays per person. So if he adds 3 developers, 1 designer, he would be paying $20 per month for these people. It doesn't matter how many clients he has. In the future, we're going to add premium plans. So if you have a really, really big long-term project, we would have something special for you, so it would make your job even easier.
Hi, I have a question on the global market. just curious, how did you come up with a $30 billion global market? Because it's like a huge amount of money, and if you just mentioned that the payment per month would be $20-30, that's like 1 billion paying customers.
It's a I didn't come up with this number. I found an agency who's doing research, and they have extensive reports about this market. So, and they're here summarizing all the project management tools, all the collaboration tools, basically anything that web developers would use. And if you're interested, please come to me. I have this report in my laptop, and we can look through it, have a chat. You invest in our company.
Well, I agree with some of the panel numbers, not so fast. But yeah, it's a great presentation, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any more questions? Same guy from the jury. Come over after. Could you give it back to him?
Mike has a question.
Okay, Mike, then.
Let's have a show of hands, everybody. Right, if you were actually an agency developer, would you use this platform? Put your hand up.
All right.
How many of you are related to this man on the stage?
Mom, put your hand down.
Can you speak a little bit about if you can move past agencies, who else can use this tool, kind of like a future roadmap once you've gotten a good share of this market? Where else do you take it?
Awesome question. We're already actually talking to a couple of startups in Lithuania who are also, our friends, and they want to get feedback from their clients. So one of these startups is Good Buzz, if you have heard about it. They're making basically a platform for social marketeers to market their products a new way. So they have a strong community around this website. There's lots of websites who have communities or who want to have communities and engage their clients or visitors. So basically, any website could be using the part of our product, which is getting feedback from a visitor. And we're also looking deeply into corporations who have a lot of websites, and they have a lot of people who interact between different products. You have, let's say you have a big company, you have 20 product owners, product managers. Under each of them, there's like, let's say, a group of 5 of designers and developers. And then they need to somehow collaborate between them. They need to send issues and make their systems compatible, their products compatible. We see this as a huge opportunity, this enterprise, because in a very simple way, you could see all of these projects, and then you could, where is my presentation? I'm still clicking this, come on guys. So in very simple way, you could see all the projects in one panel, and then you can open one project and you can see how it correlates with other projects. You can see how these issues could be solved together.
What are you going to do with only 30K?
Oh, we only need this money to go to Finland because Startup Sauna doesn't give cash. Well, they give like 1,000 euros, but we need to buy visas for my co-founders from Belarus, travel there, and Finland is a really expensive country. So we just need some cash to live for like, I don't know, 3-4 months and maybe hire one more developer because Zhenya is getting tired and I'm afraid for his heart. He's drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. Seriously, yeah, we need some cash, guys.
One question from the audience. By the way, come over here to grab a T-shirt of Startup Lithuania. You already asked 3 questions. So.
Yes, I have 2 questions to you. Very simple. I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Henry Ford said that his customer wait for Henry Ford only one thing: faster horses. And Steve Jobs said that if I listen to my customers, people wouldn't buy my phones.
That is not true, sir.
Yes.
That is not true.
My question, I have 2 very short questions to you. First question, why website developers have to listen to their customers? And the second question is, how you competitive with Skype share screen, for example?
So Sir Steve Jobs is my favorite person, and there's a range of snippets taken out of his interviews to make scandals around it. Steve Jobs says, yes, you come up with an idea and you don't really need to listen to at that point to anyone because you wouldn't come up with as great ideas. But then I go to my customers and I talk to them and I try to figure out if they needed. I do panel discussions and everything. So he was using market research, and he said it himself in the same interview, which was cut to that line that you're referring. So what I kind of skipped out is that all of us three, we have a range of years working, of experience working with agencies. And we had this pain for years ourselves. So basically, we're building a solution for ourselves. We're using TrackDuck to make TrackDuck, if it makes sense, right? We've been talking already to developers, and we've been talking to agencies. We have 3 agencies in Lithuania. When we told them about our product, they were, I needed this yesterday, then this asshole called me, and I needed to figure out what he wants from his website.
Share screen solves this problem perfectly.
I think you missed the point. Just answer on his behalf. I want to see, is there anybody from Practica Capital in here? In this room? You should fund this guy right now.
I know.
On the spot. I mean, he's asking for $30,000. You're writing $100,000 checks on
I know
on fantasies.
Capital. We're meeting next week. It's
yeah,
fine.
but I mean, come on. Get the money there. It's local. It's easy. Get off the stage and go build your product.
Well, what we're really looking forward is a person who has experience in building precisely collaboration tools or project management tools. And
You're in Lithuania, yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's a little specific. I mean, if you're in San Francisco, I'd say that'd be a little specific to raise capital from. So go get their money, and then you have your visa money, you have your plane ticket money. No, but I'm saying, come on, you have sources of capital here that are willing to give you money, and they're writing bigger checks than you're asking for, yet you're up here pitching for $30,000.
Are you interested in?
No, because Practica should give you 100.
Okay. No, we are meeting with Practica, and that's a very good point, and that's why we're doing it.
Thanks. Thanks, everyone. I think we're running out of time, yeah?
Thank you.
Give a round of applause for Eddie. Give a round of applause to investors as well for their time. And we're going to count the score now.
Okay, thank you. And the first place taking home 1,000 euros and also the ticket to the Startup Roadshow. I suppose we know? No, don't we? TrackDuck! Developers from TrackDuck.
Антон, где ты?
Perfect. Okay, yeah. Winner's words, please.
Thank you, Enterprise Lithuania! Thank you, Login. Thank you, startup community of Lithuania. It's kick-ass to work with you guys. Applaud yourself. And thank you, all of you smart guys who traveled far, far away to here to Lithuania. Thank you. And thank you, Microsoft, for BizPark, because it's awesome. And my mom, thanks.
Great.
And also, if Mike's offer still stands, there's free tickets up for grabs for TechCrunch Disrupt Berlin, right? Right. So firstly, places get also a ticket to TechCrunch Disrupt in Berlin. So applause for TechCrunch.
Okay, so this is not yet final. It's final for everyone, but we're going to have a premiere movie of the Startup Kids. So 2 days, you had quite a lot of time to get some inspiration for those who haven't started or had an idea all the time but didn't have the curiosity or didn't have the people to actually put your ass off the sofa and start up, as we had on our t-shirt. So we have some last inspiration, last bit. So we're going to having a movie premiere on the 5.3 hole. So everyone, so basically starting at 6 o'clock. Thanks, everyone. Let's give a round of applause for everyone, especially for our investors who